Most of a song's energy lives in the bass line. So in electronic music, this is the part to shine, or the part to F up everything completely. But don't worry, bass lines and the low end in general in your tracks aren't magic. And after this video you will not only understand what is happening in the lowest frequencies of a song, but also be able to make quick and easy patches for some common types of bass line in Serum that you can use in your tracks without needing any presets anymore. So without further ado, get something to drink and let's get started. Before worrying about your bass line, you should pay attention to one tiny detail that lives in the same neighborhood and is maybe even more important: the kick. The kick sets the pace, defines the groove, and tells the mix where home is. So think about your low end, so kick and bass, about two persons living under the same roof. But the kick is the guy who actually signed the papers for the place. And the bass line moves in to decorate the rooms. And what I want to say with this is the kick comes first, always. So always choose a kick first and make sure you know where the peak is. Usually it's around 60 Hz. Keep that in mind because this becomes very important later in this video when we want to glue kick and bass together. And let me tell you, it's so simple and easy to make your own simple patches for different bass. So you don't need presets, they actually make things way harder to mix later on. And with your own bass, you're in full control and don't need to be a sound designer at all. It's so simple, believe me. So let's break down 3 of the most important types of bass in Serum. If you don't have Serum, don't worry, as long as you have 2 oscillators, an envelope and also a filter, that's more than enough. And many other synthesizers have them as well. So first up, the sub bass. So the lowest frequencies that make the punch in the track, and especially on big speakers and headphones. It's probably also the easiest. So all you need is one oscillator. Basic shapes, so you need a simple sine wave. Put it 2 octaves down right here. Then in the envelope settings, attack and decay lowered. And now drag and drop envelope 1 over here to the cutoff and assign it to the filter cutoff. Also, of course, activate the filter and use a low pass filter. In this case, it's LP12. And you are already good to go. You can potentially put some distortion on it to make it shine through or make it hearable a lot more, but this is just optional. This is all we need for a very good sub bass. It doesn't need more. And that is what I mean when I said you certainly don't need to be a sound designer to make your own bass lines. Alright, one down, let's go to the next one. And this one is also extremely simple but powerful. So now let's get to my favorite kind of bass, a Reese bass. Coming all the way from the roots of electronic music, from Detroit techno. You can hear this one in a lot of tracks, and I personally like to use it in break sections to calm things down a little bit, but at the same time maintain some bassline energy. So for this one, just take the basic triangle saw wave here in Serum on oscillator A. And this is so simple and easy again. Just put it 2 octaves down again. Then we go to the envelope settings, and this one has a longer playing time, so we put the decay time a little bit up. We also put the release time a little bit up. Also important, unison to 3, so we have more voices on this bass line. Then we put the detune down a little bit. Again, we activate the filter. We use a low pass filter, low 24 in this case. And then we again assign envelope 1 to the cutoff. And that's it. So now you can also adjust it to your liking. So for example, when we use the filter cutoff here, we can close the filter. To make it a little softer, or we can open the filter up to make it more dirty. So now for something more advanced that is used a lot in tech house or slap house, a FM bass. And so this time we are using two oscillators. Again, the triangle saw wave and another one is sine wave on oscillator B. But the basic shapes on oscillator B are just for frequency control, so you cannot hear it because we put the level to 0. Also put it 1 octave up. The thing that is making the noise is the triangle saw wave on oscillator A. So now we go to envelope 1 again. We put the attack time to 0, hold to 0, decrease the decay, so we make it very, very short, and then go to envelope 2. And we also make this one very short. It's similar to envelope 1, attack to 0, hold to 0, decay 120 to 130, release a little bit down, and the one major difference is the sustain, so we turn it all the way around. And then you take envelope 2 and assign it to the filter cutoff. So activate the filter, use a low pass filter, take envelope 2, drag it, drop it onto the cutoff, and open the filter up a little bit. Alright, and the last thing in the voicing area down here, activate mono, activate legato, and we are done. This is our FM bass. The bass is the best thing to make your own ones. Very easy, very simple, but very effective in Serum. So try them out. So now let's talk about bass patterns. So I brought some common bass patterns, especially suitable for house, melodic techno, and probably also trance. So first up, the 16th note rolling bass. It's my favorite kind of bass because it transports so much energy. So it's a high energy bass pattern that consists of, who would have thought, 16th notes. So 3 notes per beat. The first one is empty to leave a little space for the kick. Simple. All right, the next one is very similar. It's the galloping 16th note bass pattern. It consists of 2 notes per beat and has this galloping sound. That's where the name comes from. So this one has a little bit less energy, but is suitable for some still high energy but also kind of laid back productions. Especially in melodic techno, you will hear this one extremely often. And now something very nice and chill and fluid, a legato bass. I don't actually know if this is the actual name, but I just called it like this. We are using 2 quarter notes, 2 dotted 8th notes, and 1 actual 8th note. And this is so cool. This is very cool. Nice, beautiful, fluid. It suits, for example, deep house productions very, very good. And I used this one on my most streamed song, Back to Us. Such a chill vibe, but still delivering the bassline energy. You know what I mean? So, and with these frameworks, especially with 8th and 16th notes, you have countless possibilities, really. So let's look on another example. I call this one the wild combination. So you can produce a lot of amazing bass lines by just putting randomly some 8th and 16th notes on the grid. Anywhere. Many possibilities work. Just make sure that aligns more or less with your kick, but we'll get to that in detail in the next chapter of this video. Because never forget that your kick actually starts to play here, and here, and here, and here. So keep that in mind when you create your bass lines. Back to the wild combination. I also added a little bit extra, so just go tone up or 2 tones up, and it works. So just be creative, the word is yours to take. Alright, so we have a room, we have our furniture, and now we want to decorate the room even further so that everything looks really nice and fits together very good. So this means we want to make kick and bass to one. We want to glue them together. And remember what I said in the beginning of this video, the kick comes first. If kick and bass are your children, the kick is your favorite child. Sounds cruel? Yeah, but it's better this way. Alright, so let's zoom in this example so we can see even better what is going on here. So when we look at our different bass lines here, so everything from this video so far, you can see that kick and bass many times are playing at the same time, except for the galloping bass. In this case, we're safe. With all the other bass line, there is some overlapping. And this can be a problem. For the most part, especially then when kick and bass peak on the same frequency. So let's just work this through with our wild combination pattern and the kick. Let's have a look on the kick again. So it's peaking at around 60 Hertz. Let's have a look on our bass line. It's also peaking at 60 Hertz. So kick and bass mostly play at the same time and also peak at the same frequency. But there's a bunch of ways to fix this, and I show you the two most common. The quick and easy way is ducking or sidechaining. The absolute quick, dirty and easy way is just to use kickstart. So some ducking. We put it on the bass line. With this, you can already see it here in kickstart. The volume of the bass line is ducked at the beginning of a bar. So there where our kick is playing and the transient is playing. Already fixed the issue in this example. But that's not always the case, and this is also not the most precise way to do things like this. By the way, if you don't have Kickstart but use FL Studio, you can use Fruity Love Filter, a stock plugin that has the same effect. So another way to do this is actual sidechaining. To do this, assign both to a mixer channel, then go to your kick and route it to the channel with the bass line. Right click, sidechain through this track, then go to the bass line channel, open up a limiter, then go to the compressor here. In the sidechain area, select the channel with the kick, put the threshold down, put the ratio to 2:1. Alright, so this is ducking and sidechaining, and the second way is the way of precision. So actually in many cases it's the preferred way because it's the advanced way. So we are now peak controlling. So load an EQ onto your bass channel, go to the first frequency band here, right click, type, select peaking, press the Alt key on your keyboard, roll the mouse wheel down so that it narrows down. Now go to your kick channel, load a peak controller, go back to your EQ to the right here, right click, link to controller. Now select the peak controller, mapping formula inverted, accept. And now we're good to go. We just need to adjust the settings a little bit. And every time when the kick hits the first frequency band on the EQ on the bass line, lowers down on the specific frequency where both are actually peaking. So we lower down the bass line when the kick hits to give the kick enough space to shine, because the kick comes first. So just listen and adjust until you find the sweet spot. Usually around 2 to 3 dB on the EQ is more than enough to give the kick enough space. And this is the preferred way, and that's it. That's how you glue kick and bass together so that everyone has their space they need to shine. Alright, and that's it for this video. I hope you learned something today that you can use in your own tracks. Feel free to drop your music in the comments. I would love to listen to it. So let's care and share and support each other. If you need any help, drop a comment down below. Or if you're searching for some coaching or professional mixing or a remix of your track, just hit me up on Fiverr. The link is in the description. And if you like this video, please give thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for tuning in. Till then, have an amazing day or night and see you soon.